Okay.
Now that we're all on the same page, we figured out what Launders is talking about.
Orbit has the second, third, and fourth best players of the Netherlands. Really, I apologize for not knowing or not being familiar with them. The last time I seen them play, it was just with a different lineup. I don't know if I can't remember if any of them were on the lineup the entire time or if they got a completely new lineup.
I don't recognize a single name, so I'm going to say they've got a new lineup as well. I don't think both of our memories would be completely useless, but I don't know, maybe I think too highly of ourselves. We see the terrorist out here working towards B, one lurking in middle. That's going to be Spiker here. Wanelander's going to open it up with a frag. Face crack to get one through the window crack over there into connector, and it looks like they're doing a drop to A split. 4-on-3 right now. That one player that was lurking, Spiker, now dealing with Case King or Steen over here in the little hut. JMQA gonna move in, about to get knifed. Could have been ugly. And Striker, the last one for Orbit on the rotation over.
I mean, he's walking, but they heard him here, so they know he's at the connector, and they can just play this 1v3 by not peeking. I mean, JMQA can peek once his teammate takes a shot, and yeah, it's all over. So we've seen this pistol strat time and time again. It's a split A through drop down. I think the goal is to kill a few people before you actually go and plant the bomb, so it's not a retake situation, which might be pretty easy at the A site. And so you get that done by swarming the player at drop, and then pushing through and maybe catching a rotator or someone defending the A site from upper or something like that. So that makes it easier for your A players to come up into the site.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite pistol strat. It just makes sense as a terrorist because if you just storm down that drop, I mean, there's going to be, what, one person there playing and the USP only 12 bullets, like, and since they're falling, you're not in a position with the USP where you can just, you know, click 3 people with 3 bullets. It's just probably not going to happen. But now playing it with the Deagle is Manu. Does actually not, oh, maybe 5 damage there to JMQA, but not too much as they got 2 lurking out towards middle and 3 working B on their second round.
They picked up the new lineup, yeah, 3 Dutch, 2 Belgium. That makes them a Benelux team and also the best Benelux team in ATM. So regarded very highly. Oh, face crack actually catches Striker off guard, who is actually pushing through for information.
Oh, Steen giving us what the people want. The one digs. Can he get another one here? As actually Mike S did pick up a kill there with the CZ over in the window to drop.
Spiker makes this retake like impossible by sitting up here. It's a great spot for holding off after plant. If you know no one's on a big rotate, I mean, this cuts off the drop, and that's one spot you don't have to watch. You pretty much only have to watch connector, and he can cover long B and the drop.
All right, they'll get out of there. Crucial was able to pick up a MAC-10. Mike S grabbing the MP7, and Steen can hold on to the Deagle, so Orbit saving quite a bit there. We'll maybe give them a decent shot or able to inflict some more damage, force some more rebuys on Pitter, so when you get to the rifle round, it might actually be the CTs with an equipment value advantage. But we'll see what happens here. Got a MAC-10 back on face crack. Spiker with a Galil.
Yeah, overall not a bad couple of rounds there. The first two, or that first round, they got 2 players down. Then they saved a couple of their armor, so they can go ahead and, oh, dude, kind of an aggressive push here to counter the B rush, and it might work out. Wanelander trades instantly, though, and they avoid losing a single man. He also gets a second, and suddenly this B stack falls short. As a lot of damage is done, but no players are down.
Oh, you know what that means? It's perfect time for the Deagle cleanup from Steen. You got, I mean, really almost 4 people with 1 shot, but not quite. With 46 and 48, it's just about enough to survive 1 shot from the Deagle, unless it is, of course, to the face, and then no amount of HP is enough. But he'll sit up and drop, try to catch someone rotating out, and actually, if they all come up along B, he might have an opportunity to get 1. Or more. Takes off the head of JMQA. And this player's low. That's 1 shot anywhere with a Deagle. First one will miss. Gets the second, though. Waterfalls is down.
Oh.
Steen finds that 2K, takes an AK into the next round as well. So being able to get those kills and bring a gun over is going to be really big for Orbit's economy.
Yeah, it's a great pickup. It's actually the reason he's able to drop an op right there. So invaluable in that regard, depending on how much impact Orbit can have here. And this is a map that it's a little bit underplayed, but it's still played quite a bit. I think T side might have a slight advantage here, as the rotates can be drastically long for the CTs, and the B take can be very easy in terms of at least getting the bomb down. Mike is going to be looking through the smoke, but doesn't spot a player that spots him, and will be rotating off to long, kind of aggressively.
Yeah. It'll be a hard fallback for Mike if Steen cannot hold on to the mid room. But you do have those two players out there, Facecrack and Spiker, kind of just making sure they're going to be known so that you can't get those rotations as easy from A. But it's going to be Manu to find 2 over at B.
Yeah, this is a pretty good round so far for Orbit. They still maintain this up, have control of B and A site. Pitter are still kind of weighing their options as they are split up, and I think Spiker will try to make just his presence known here with the Galil at A site, and that might cause a rotate that they could use to their advantage to go over to B. But oh, Waterfalls opens up the site as well, and now there is one more player that is spotted. Can he get the kill? No, Facecrack turns around, gets it for him, and he's gonna shut off this connector. Waterfalls does go down though, and this will make it difficult to plant the bomb because they know Spiker is somewhere around here at the A site, and that's what Mike is trying to spot. But actually, since they haven't seen the bomb, he's not comfortable moving.
We'll see him now. Steen's going to take him down as he was trying to get to the connector to group up with his teammate. That's going to put Spiker in this 1v1 and takes...
He's no time.
A lot of damage there. Yeah, running out of time now as well. Mike on the rotation over.
Oh,
they're going to hear each other. The CZ, though, that full auto. Mike will be able to bring in that kill. And Spiker will go down. But that was, did he go down before time? Let's check his money. Yeah.
Oh, if Mike died there, that could have been truly.
Oh yeah, that would have actually really would have went the other way. Kind of crazy from both players.
Oh, but they do lock it down, and Orbit, even after winning that round, are a little bit low. Thomas is on 3 players. Will make this round just as hard to win as the last one. And Peter do have a lead, but they have also had the opportunity to win a couple rounds versus saving players. Orbit are looking for that opportunity here by winning this round. That'll give them that. And I guess once again, mobile with the op. Going from lower to upper. Hasn't found any picks yet so far with it, though.
Yeah, Pitter once again kind of setting up, leaving 2 players in lurk at either A or B, and then putting 3 a little towards the other side. This time they've got 2 at B, 3 moving towards A. This is, if we do see Titan pick this map later on, this is something very similar to what they do. But unable to find a pick. Looks like they might group up 4 heavy towards B and just try to take it. Let's see if they're going to set up these smokes. They are.
Yeah. A flash out. I think they were possibly trying to disincentivize them from rushing this, but Jim Kwa is going to be pushing around and doesn't spot the player who's sitting there on top of the by the tree, and the trades are out, but the entry might be successful. Striker is actually going to have to defend against drop, and Facecrack takes him down. That's a huge kill right there. Now it's a 3v2. The bomb does go down. It's going to be a difficult hold here on the retake.
They actually only threw the 1 smoke that closes off the tree and the bomb site that you can plant behind. They weren't worried about setting up the whole wall, and now Manu on the retake gets one and drop. Mike hits that op shot onto Waterfalls, and that's the round for Orbit. So since they've got to the rifle, they won that on time, barely. And then we've got Diffuse coming in here in round 4. 5, excuse me.
Pitter, this is their able to plant, will not be able to buy, but will be able to buy next round, even if they don't plan on this one. But that being said, Orbit have won 2 rifle rounds, so I think in terms of rifle rounds, they're far ahead in a lead, and Pitter have more to prove on their T side, which again, they're probably going to have to get quite a few rounds to prove that they're good enough.
Yeah, overall, Cobble has gone the way of kind of 9-6 or 8-7 in favor of the CTs at half, kind of where the map sits. So we'll see what Pitter can do. Looks like with pistols in hand again, they're going to once again focus on the drop room, trying to get in there. Manu is going to fall back, and Striker's on the other side of the smoke. So just that one early kill there onto Steen. And now the bomb is kind of free to roam about in these hall. Actually, it's still back in the hallways. They only put 2 down in the drop. They're boosting back up as well.
Yeah, they have drop control. Crucial throws a flash, trades 1 for 1, which is pretty unfavorable for him. I mean, they're going to try to enter the site now. Striker is in a great position to just stay alive. Is spotting the drop. It's probably going to peek out when the bomb gets planted, and we'll find a pick just to kick it off. Oh, but they spammed him
nice spam
through the shed. Well done.
Good control there by Spiker, and he'll get another tapping, a long-range shot onto Manu as he was trying to peek around that rock and get one more. But Mike coming in on the retake, he'll get a nice shot there onto Spiker, puts him in a 1v1 up against Waterfalls. He was hiding out on the left side of the bomb. Sees that Molotov come out. He knows where Mike is behind this tree. I usually just call it Planter. I don't know if you've got to call it for it, Launders, but Waterfalls. Well, he get it, missing a few shots, had some opportunities, pulls out the P250 Cartel, and we'll get it done. So Pitter going to take out another T round there.
Yeah, they actually do, and it was on the back of an eco, so picking up a couple rifles, hitting some very nice entries from Spiker, I believe, into the B side. That was nice, and that actually really hurts Orbit. They're on a save, only one player with enough money to buy anything, and that Striker, he's going to buy a Deagle. We'll see what they do on their eco. Last time they had the right play. They went B, they stacked it, they flashed, and they pushed up aggressively. They didn't win the round, but they had the right call on the stack.
All right, 4 out towards mid for Pitter, trying to take control of the mid room, and they find those trades. They are just going up against an anti-eco, having ecoed themselves in the last round, busted up that economy a bit on the side of Orbit. So they find those initial picks. They know that they haven't given away any guns. And you still have this man lurking, JMQA, over towards the drop at B. And pretty much, this is like a focal point for terrorists. There's almost always going to be a player lurking right there, regardless of whether it's an A or a B take.
Mm-hmm. It seems like that most of the time for sure. And, 4v3 situation, Orbit haven't managed to find any guns. I think the only ones are down there at lower A, but they're not feeling like they want to push up to it. And Striker is going to try to lock down the B site, but cannot kill Jim Kwa. He's going to be crossing the site. The bomb will most likely get planted right away. And Crucial with the USP is going to take some pot shots across the site, but won't find any success just yet. Oh, you can plant it there?
Yeah, that's where that one smoke will cover between the statue and the B site logo. Right. And then you can always plant right in it. You can also get one, a smoke to drop in between where Waterfalls just hit that op shot, and 2 on the other side. You can really build like an entire wall of smokes. So, I mean, generally, if you've gotten off the catwalk, you've killed the player who's far back in B. So then that wall of smokes just, makes it super easy to get the bomb down, post plant positions. But really only seeing one of those smokes so far, and that time they didn't seem to need them as, well, it was just Orbit with the pistols. They found those first 2 kills over at A, cleaned it up in B, and now Pitter with 5 rounds on the T side. Their work almost done, really. Just a couple more rounds, and they should be very comfortable, and then at that point they could just look to grab even more. Yeah,
I mean, this is also a round that should be easier to win than most, as Orbit do not have much to work with, no ops on the board, and Mike is the only player left at A right now. Well, most of the pressure is being put on his site. The bomb is actually kind of cheating over towards B, since I think they feel like they can cause a rotate, and the entry is trying to come out. Mike actually gets 2 though, because Facecrack pulls out a Molotov in a situation where he didn't expect someone to be close right. That's going to be 2 players trying to enter B now, and will they be able to do it? 5v4 is now a 2v4 for the other team, and the spam through the smoke is good, but he doesn't go down.
Time and time again, we see so many players get cut off there, or caught off guard over in CT mid. I feel like you almost always want to put a pop flash out that door.
Great
nice Molotov. Striker going to be having the move. He actually just peeks to take the fight and almost finds the kill. It's still going to be really tough, despite that having that 1 kill. Peeking out with 15 HP is, certain death, and Manu will take him down.
So Orbit actually win that round. after losing an initial player because Mike was able to get 2 kills on a site that they were trying to fake. And Pitter, luckily for them, moved the bomb over towards the B site, but at that point only had those 2 players left to take it, so ended up not working out in their favor. Orbit did come away with a round.
Mike. Yeah. They don't have that commercial in Europe, so no one even knows.
I just realized it's Mike with an S.
Yeah, it is. It is. See, but I like Mike. Mike's fine because we're not wrong. It's either Mike's or it's Mike S. And at that point, we could be wrong. So it's maybe better to just say Mike.
I mean, he is an opper, so... Or he was opping last round.
So you're saying the S stands for sniper.
Scope.
Scope. Mike Scope. OpJ and Mike Scope. All right, 5-3 for Pitter here. Rifle round gone wrong already. They have lost Waylander and Face Crack. And, well, you've got JMQA or Jim Qua pretty much where he always is, up there in the drop or just lurking around on long B. That's what he'll continue to do. Waterfalls trying to look for an opening, hoping someone is going to peek him, and then Spiker working up long A right now, coming out towards those stables. You've got Steen on the backside of the van, not peeking, but is watching the cross.
Oh,
He's got to hear some noise right now. This Molotov, if that bounces off the cannon like he's trying to get it to, that's going to push that A player to move. Actually is already brought down. Spiker hits the one on the back of the van. And Striker here up in, I don't know, the porch? Balcony, trying to come over. Manu, though, coming back up CT mid, will bring down Jim Qua. And that is the round.
I think he needed to plant the bomb there. He didn't really have enough. Yeah. He didn't have much of a chance to win. He tried to play to win that round by killing a player upper, but he could have definitely planted knowing that the site was open. And, you know, they wouldn't be able to buy anyway, but going into this next buy round, that might affect them. But Orbit are getting better trades, and Pitter, when they win around, are getting really good entries. Which I guess just happens every time anyway.
Yeah, just coming down to the aim battles in those trades. Although this time we will see, this is the biggest set play we've seen yet. Tons of set smokes coming out here, and it is just on that eco round. Oh, actually, maybe 2 of those were flashes. Only the one smoke really that I
get the bomb down.
And that's the smoke that you can plant in, so make sure to learn that one if you're looking to improve your cobble game. It's really easy to throw. Actually, all the smokes on the B site are super easy to line up.
So there is a big success there, and since Pitter were able to plant that bomb, that helps out quite a bit. I mean, that's a whole set of nades that gives them. And as we see, they're spending all their money here, so that was definitely a win for them, as they spent some money to get the bomb down and ended up doing it after it looked kind of like they might not have been able to. The player who was up on the rectangle behind the tree, he didn't get blinded at all, so he was able to just spray everyone down. But one player slipped through, planted the bomb, and that was the round successful.
Yeah, Orbit get out of that with a really good trade in middle. They push out, not even a trade, they kill Face Crack, so it's theft at that point. They were almost able to fall back, but they had given up long A, so moving up there, they get a kill into the A site, and actually Terrace pretty far out into A at this point. They'll catch Mike, they know where to look, but they can't find the kill. Manu gets Waylander, as Waylander was just taking free shots onto Mike, and now you got your last 2 players. Oh my gosh, that guy just got blown to oblivion.
Was he just...
Oh, whoa, yeah. And a ton of them just dropped here. 2 players out for Pitter, and the pause will come in. Hopefully no one else leaves, otherwise we're going to have a serious situation. As I believe it will end the match if more than 3 players from a team drop. Well, looks like we'll be able to avoid that.
Well, that was awkward.
It was a bit awkward. Did that guy at long A leg out?
Yeah, it looked like it.
I remember he just got wrecked so hard it disconnected him from the server. One or the other. His body went flying. Maybe these guys are... Let's see, you said it was... What was the nationalities for Pitter? Or no, we went over Orbit's nationality. You said like 2 Belgian guys and what else?
3 Finnish, I think.
Oh, 3 Finnish, okay. I was wondering if maybe the 2 guys that live next to each other on Pitter. Just hit they're landing and someone just hit the power strip.
Always a possibility.
And they've got SSDs because that would have been a really quick restart. So they're back and we're unpaused, ready to go into round 12. It's 6-5, Orbit with the lead. It's been pretty neck and neck, but so far Orbit's with the biggest streak thus far, taking 4 rounds in a row right now. Pitter's streak of 3 comes with the pistol and the subsequent anti-eco rounds that they did survive. So let's see, this will be big if they want to try to tie it up. 5 rounds is, you know, maybe enough or almost enough here on Cobblestone for those terrorists, but coming out on this pistol round, they're getting blended. It's going to be Jimquan that finds the first one and the second. Actually, Spiker with a long-range Check 9 as well. So doing some damage and actually getting this to a 2-on-2, but 2 guys up and only 12 HP between them on Pitter. It's going to be tough, but they have already had a successful round 12.
Yeah, very successful. I mean, you think it's a spray down, all of a sudden 3 players go down on your team, and Spiker and Jimquan were able to do that very low HP, so that's a big win for them. I mean, the kill bonus is not that high. Getting the bomb down would have been far better, but they cost Orbit a lot of money, which I don't know if that's going to matter for too much longer. Only a couple rounds left.
Yeah, it might not. Actually, they are stacked with 2 players over $10,000, and with only 3 rounds left.
Yeah, if they won these 2 though, they might have to force or something. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, force on that last one if Pitter takes 2. So those kills not immediately important, but maybe they will come into effect if Pitter can get it around here. They've got full Molotovs, full nades, everything right now, but crucial with the op shots. Waylander, though, going to find a kill for Pitter over in drop. So 4-on-4 situation right now. And you can get spread thin as a CT. Let's see if Pitter is going to play the patient game or if they'll still try to brute force this. And actually, it's going to be Striker that gives up a kill because he peeks into the drop. And Jimquan, JMQA will find that frag on him. And it looks like they want to go, with that smoke, they want to go drop to connector.
Yeah, I don't think they should have tried to recontrol drop there. As you were saying, like they kind of gave it up, and then Pitter went into control of it and looked over, and they weren't expecting that. But I think if they knew that they were already looking over the edge, they wouldn't have tried to re-peek it. And Mike does kill the 1 player at A, so that might alert Orbit to going towards V, but players are still rotating over. And I guess that might be because since they have an idea of where Mike is, would they expect him to be pushing all the way up long?
Yeah, the rotation pretty fast with all those new hallways that we got in CSGO. Waylander trying to work his way through the drop, but Steen will find him. So Steen and Mike being sneaky beaky like.
Oh, wow.
Looks like it might get them the round. Steen going to find that one onto Face Crack. Also trying to get into the drop, and now it's Jimquan by himself. He has got that 1 kill. He'll need to get 3 more. And the Bob with 9 seconds. It is not possible.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, is he going to get spotted? He is...
What is happening right now? Did he see him or not? No, he didn't. I guess he was just expecting him to peek over top, but Jimquan had no idea that he was there. I feel like some shots are being missed right now.
Yeah.
Feel the same way? Face Crack was holding that angle on him, and he walked right into it, and so, you can make the right play, but if you don't hit your shot, you're gonna get punished. Yeah, I feel like it goes both ways sometimes. I mean, but yeah, Pitter not shooting as good as I'm used to seeing them.
Yeah, losing those after taking drop like that, losing 2 guys to 1 connector player is a bit of a problem. Waylander though, gonna hit that one and that one. I think he hears you talking about him. Missing what? Said Waylander. And now Waterfalls get in the back of Crucial. Crucial had to turn. He does hit the shot onto Waylander, but falls for doing it. And JMQA with the spray down there onto Mike S.
All right, I'm done talking.
And there they go. Hitting their shots, winning their rounds. And here we are into the last one right now. Orbit, again, with enough bank, as it did win the round previous, to buy up in full strength here on the last round. Pitter in the same boat. So it's a full-on rifle showdown in round 15.
Something I was just saying, in some of those rounds that Pitter were winning, they were getting 2 entries and getting the site. And then some of the other rounds they were losing, they would get like an opening pick early and then execute, and then Orbit would just get 2 or 3 without any entries happening or trades happening. Um, and that's why it felt like Orbit and the aim battles were just coming out ahead most of the time. I guess you could say it's reflected in the score, but on that round, obviously beautiful trades from Pitter and entries from
That round, though, they get
Waterfalls with
mopped up
Jim Q.
as they try to waterfall off the drop, and Waterfalls remains up top. We'll see if he can hit this op shot.
Oh, did he kill him after
angles.
time on that round? When he was pushing up long?
Oh, in the very last round?
Yeah, I didn't actually notice that.
I'm not sure. Perhaps. The time was, yeah, it had to have been after time. There was only like 9 seconds when he was walking back there.
So that's the first time we've actually seen someone wait for time before killing someone they know they are.
Yeah.
Like, who hasn't done that? Virtus Pro didn't do that.
Yeah, it does slip to mind a lot of times. And it can be a really big deal to just completely money screw a terrorist. Face crack, though, they've got it back into a 3-on-3. Waterfall's going to hit that shot. Can he get this one? What a flick there onto Striker. And that'll put it in a 2-on-1. Bomb going down here in the B site. And this is pretty much the hardest retake if you are Steen. And you are spotted. Waterfalls making a big showing for himself on that round. And they will get it 8-7 in favor of the CTs. Well, that's Cobble. That's the standard over the last 3 months amongst all the teams. So there you have it.
Yeah, Waterfalls is really good this game. And they do come away with 7 rounds. I think it could have been worse, but I guess it could have been better as well for Orbit. But I feel like their CT side was pretty strong overall, and it'll be on this T side. I don't know, that we split basically even rounds here. So coming into the second half, it's hard for me to say who's going to be on the favorite side. I don't know if there is going to be a favorite side. We saw Orbit win 6 CT rounds in a row, and then Hitter just come away with the last 2. So it's very hard to read off of that.
Yeah, I feel like almost with the streak, though, of the CTs, you can maybe say that was going to be their more comfortable side. They hit a stride there for a little while. The Terrorists were only able to get, a round win or 2. Like that first one, and then that usually puts CTs on eco so you can get the second one. I think that was the case for round 6 and 7, but we do know that round 14 and 15 were both rifles. So it's really like only 3 rifle rounds were won on T side by Pitter.
Grouping up for a long B execute. Actually, drop is already in control by Crucial, so that's big. I mean, the B split is real right now. If they knew he was here, they would definitely just play 4 at B, and the first player to have to deal with it is Waylander, but he's going to come in from the back and get 2 kills. And that's almost the whole site, though. Facecrack is still alive, and will he get another headshot here? That might help quite a bit.
Well, Facecrack is still alive, and this is a problem. He's able to get 3 people there. Striker and Steen now up for Orbit, trying to hold on since that post plan. It does come to a quick 1v1, and Striker hits the burst Glock, close range, finds 2 himself. Orbit get the pistol and push their lead now.
Yeah, that was definitely very, very, very close. But the T-side pistols from both teams seemed to be successful. After they entered the site, I mean, Crucial got the crucial kills there.
I know, right? It's like a little too easy with his name, but...
he got once he got drop control, just came in and shot 2 people in the back of the head, pushed through his own smoke, which I think was smart to do, so it's not being watched.
All right. Whoa! Look at this! Look at this lurk. So like you have pistols. Manu's actually up in the Harry Potter room, as I love to call it, and will always call it. Just watching with his Galil here. That is the epitome of long-range Galil. That's about as far as you can get.
It's actually a terrible spot for a Galil.
Yeah, it is. Steen's got one as well. And, wow, it's so crazy. I think a Galil is like one of the first skins I got. Like, I don't even know what this gun looks like without a skin on it. Looks pretty much like an M4. That's nuts. It was like brown in previous versions of CS, wasn't it? So dark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was.
Crucial with the crucial entry finds Waylander, And the rifle round here, well, with some machine guns, you got that Malachite MAC-10. Finding some nice kills. Crucial able to get 2, so 3 on 2. JMQA, though, has picked up that AK-47. Might want to think about saving it. They've got no kits here. This retake is hard. Waterfall still trying to get some kills. He's lighting them up, and some more damage there. Just wall bangs coming in. 3 HP is what Striker's brought down to. Oh, there's Steen from the back, and will miss the scout shot onto Striker. He'll peek, even with 3 HP, find the kill under Waterfalls, and Orbit with another. And still, it'll be another save round for Pitter, so expect Orbit to get that 11-7, and then moving into round 19, going to be able to see one of these rifle rounds here.
Yeah, finally. And Mike S. Manu going to be hanging on to a MAC-10, going up against a non-buy from Pitter. Not going to spend a single dollar. Actually, Facecrack opting to upgrade into a P250. But that's about it. 3B, 2A. The standard play. Kaz does find a pick on long A. That leaves Waterfall alone in the site. And on the back of not much information, they're just going to stick to this B hold, and it's probably their best course of action.
And you still got Steen lurking about, just making sure no one can rotate. Oh, Manu as well, up here in the window in that, what do you want to call that, the dragon lore room?
Yeah.
Making sure no one, because that rotation's quick, and as a CT, if you have that long A and that middle room control, you can quickly flank terrorists as they are going into B. So that's why most teams will leave one person lurking around middle. But not as evident here as it's kind of Pitter stacking up a sight on their pistols. I think that's some friendly fire from Steen, but he'll make up for it. He takes, oh, I was trying to work on the joke, but it didn't come fast enough. He turns Space Crack into a crack as he deletes his face, is what I wanted to go for. But it was too slow, and thus ruined. And they'll clean up.
Mm-hmm. So playing into the late rounds, just making sure they weren't going to just run into anything too early, creating some confusion, then Pitter's lack of information, and taking a site. That's all we saw last round. Mike is going to be picking up an op once again. We saw him do on the CT side. Pitter are not going to have any ops for themselves because they just don't have that kind of money. Are down 4 rounds. And have to still break the economy of Orbit, who have a little bit of money on hand.
Yeah, probably going to have another rifle round here, even if Pitter are able to disrupt the flow. They got those first 3 rounds on this T side. Would like to get the first rifle round, something that Pitter actually couldn't do in the first half on their T side. And they've got, it was Steen up there again in the Harry Potter room, the lone castle. And now he's coming back around towards spawn, or through spawn back into B. Crucial's already dropped into the drop room. And as the other 3 are going to aim for the take, Steen picks up the bomb. And it looks like it's going to be all B here for Orbit. Let's see these smokes if they start coming over. Just flashes for now. Striker's trying to clear some angles. Waylander, though, going to backstab them and immediately fall back on that 1 kill. So that's Manu, who was in the drop room forever. I don't know if they realize... No, sorry, it was Crucial that was in there forever. Manu had just went and dropped down. Waylander going to hit a nice shot, but Crucial now moving through, finding 1 kill in the drop. They didn't expect a second player. But either way, it's working out for Pitter. Striker, the only one alive right now. Still over at B. Still has the bomb. Only 10 seconds, though. He really needs to either run away or go die, and he'll choose the first option. He'll run away, and he will be able to save this gun.
Okay, so Chad is fairly upset that we haven't tried to pronounce, let's see, Kaj is king. Kaj is king.
It's Case King.
Case King?
Yeah. Guaranteed. Freaking Launders. It's Case King. And I have pronounced it, so chat is clearly not paying attention. Don't sleep in my class, chat.
Oh, is that really how you pronounce it?
That's how you get kicked. That's how I'm pronouncing it.
Oh.
That's what I would say. The J's are usually wise, although not at the end of words in you know, the European languages. Nordic, Germanic, whatever.
Oh, let's
That's what I'm
boost
going
over
with.
fountain.
Crucial and Manu again have the control of drop room. And let's see, Mike is going to try to hit this shot, but he got that boost behind the statue there, the bomb site. And, well, that'll be that for Mike. He's down. So 3 over towards B. It'll be Waterfalls rotating back to A. There is one man lurking around. It's Case King Steen. That, I mean, that's also an important position. Like, if you work B, being able to lurk around in that middle room or in danger is really powerful because the CTs have to respect your position and they can't really rotate off of A as fast. It doesn't matter as much, though, when you can't get anything done at B. So he's cleaned up, and now your last man is Striker with the bomb, and Waterfall will hit him. So Pitter coming back with 2 in a row right now.
Yeah, and they're actually working back into this. So from that 11-7 scoreline, have come back to win a couple of rounds. Orbit are now on that save that Pitter were looking for, have picked up an off, have got full nades. I can't tell if this half is going more in their favor, but this is similar to what we saw in the first half where Pitter were the ones to win the pistol, first 2 anti-ecos, and then lose the first 2 rifles. Will that trend break here in the 6th round?
Well, they go through the B halls, come through Dragon Lore, and move into middle. Can they get control of this room, though? They do have Manu with a flash, but he's the one player that's not with them. He's over in drop, lurking around. He's trying to sell the fake, maybe try to pull a rotator off. In this case, I guess if you're Orbit, you're hoping it's Waterfalls that moves. They'll take him down, though, regardless. So they are storming their way up. JMQA over at long. Does not have to watch his back. No one decided to go up danger for those terrorists. And now the quick rotation over. Face Crack gets 1. Almost able to get a couple shots on there. Wants to get in quick to stop this plant. Can't stop it, but finds that kill, no problem. And Striker, once again, the last guy up. Bomb, though, planted. Striker does some damage, but Face Crack is here. No kit. Doesn't need it. We'll still have enough time for the defuse.
Oh, it was actually planted for him, too. If he were to get that kill, it could have gotten ugly, but they do get the bomb down. 3 players down. And I think a couple of people only had Glocks, so that was a very costly round for Pitter in a situation where the score is nearly tied. Orbit are going up on another buy, and there are still up to 9 rounds left in this game. So any bit of economy that Orbit or Pitter will be able to take from each other is going to be invaluable going into later rounds. On 3 players, I mean, they don't have enough to buy again, so.
Once again, trying to work that middle room here is Orbit. They've smoked off the connector or danger. So that's good. That's going to isolate Waterfalls. Actually, both players here for Pitter decided to play long A. So they really can't stop this forward push. And if the terrorists go fast enough, they'd actually get A undefended. And that's exactly what they're doing, but that flash from Waterfalls was just way too good. That hits all 3 of them, and he's able to clean up 1. And now at this point, you're feeling that Orbit could be in a rough spot. That Molotov's going to lock off another one. Team flash there, but it also got Steen. Oh, Steen, there he is. He finds a kill onto Spiker, who is rotating over. And then that's JMQA on the long hauls. He'll bring down Mike. So last 3 guys trying to come up CT middle right now.
Oh,
what a shot there by Steen.
Wow. That was excellent.
Striker will move up. Wow, JMQA getting that shot somehow. Getting him through the trunk of the tree.
It seems like on either site, if you're not able to get like into the site immediately, you have no chance to win the round.
Yeah.
Like if rotates come out, you just are screwed basically. On the B site, if people are hanging out at long B, like no one ever works picks until they have the whole site and win the round. If you don't get into the site and get the bomb down after getting 2 kind of instant entries or like the whole site controlled, then you almost never win. That's kind of what we see constantly. I mean, even the only other time that the only different situation is if like drop control is taken and a slow split has worked. But even then, when they execute the split, it has to be done right away. And Mike taking some early damage here from the op. He's going to be stuck at long B, and a lot of early damage onto orbit already, where they're going to have to work back to A and do it slowly because they don't know what's going on the other side of the map.
That's going to be big now because Pitter, they've got Case King and Steen, or excuse me, Case King, Steen, and Mike within, one shot, one kill. So doing that early damage is big. Even Manu, if you get him in the head with an M4, he's going to go down in 1. So that's going to help Pitter out a lot. As I still try to hold on. They've already thrown one set smoke here, but I think they've waited so long that it's actually gone for Orbit at B. So Steen going to try to throw another one. I believe this smoke here will block off the bomb site on the further side. But Face Crack is just locking it down. He's going to find 2. Waylander now from the drop room gets Striker as he tries to come off of long B. And now you've just got Crucial.
Wow.
And through the smoke from Spiker.
And that was just Spiker doing like 300 or 400 damage that round. He lagged like 2 people, walled that last person, and Face Crack got a spray down wall blind, but it was on players that were, one of them had full life and the other one was just hurt already, so they were unable to get out of that long B tunnel. That is a curse of the round if you try to do that. Go B but can't get out of the tunnel, and I think if you're unable to execute like that, you're going to find it very difficult to find rounds in general, as I think 60% of your rounds on the T side are going to be more easily won at the B side, if that's even a proper way to present that statistic.
I would, well, this is basically a save round here for Orbit. Trying to do what they can, though, having somewhat success getting into the B site, but now Waylander's here to shut that down. Let's see if Mike can get the bomb down. He does have it. He's trying to plant, but he is spotted. Actually, I don't even think he was trying to plant. Has that Tech 9 out. Trying to get another kill here. Waterfall's going to bring him down. So coming over to this next rifle round, I would really like to see Orbit move out, try to take long A control in the mid room. You can put 2 to the mid room and 2 to long A. And most of the time, you're going to get yourself a situation where you have 2 2v1s, because the most common setup on CT is 1 out towards long A and 1 in the mid room. So even if you get your trades, you're going to have, well, I guess a 3-on-3 situation if you trade in both places. And then that 3 is not enough to hold the site, to hold the map on CT side Cobble. Like, you spread way too thin, and the terrorists have a big advantage at that point. And it's, well, they've got 2 over here. They've got to be able to make the trade. JMQA is playing pretty far back.
Was he spotted?
They are moving up long A.
Oh, actually
Mike
just gets the kill, though.
He's got to find this without trying to... Yeah, he gets it. So there's the trade. A little delayed, but they will find it. And now suddenly... Oh, but Spiker can hit the shots. You've got 2 at A and 2 at B, and things are going to be a bit easier. But Spiker hitting that shot onto Mono is going to complicate things.
The other thing is winning rounds with like a man down on T side is so difficult as well.
Yeah.
Mike is going to get full flash and walk back, and actually does get caught off guard by Waterfalls, who really always has a good idea of what people are doing. And Waylander is going to come in and get another kill, leaving Striker in a 1v3. Bomb is spotted. He's stuck lower A. Doesn't know if someone's flanking. Is pretty much going to have to walk into the face of the person he saw last and look for that kill, because that's the safest bet. The op does peek him, but I assume we'll be helped out soon, as Striker is full blind and no trade has happened just yet.
Yeah, he's got himself a 1v1 and could win the round if he does get it, but Waylander will beat him to it. And now Pitter with 14 rounds. Orbit just can't quite get it done.
Yeah, Pitter are kind of running away with this on the CT side, and I think it's because we don't see the explosiveness from Orbit that we need to see on the T side. Like, Pitter had this kind of problem half of the time, but then on the rounds that they won were truly explosive on the B site, on A, hitting a couple of entries immediately, just getting out into the site fearlessly and you know, forgetting that there are 500 angles that you need to clear and just focusing on the places where you know someone's going to be, and hopefully they are there and hitting your shots. If we don't see that kind of play from Orbit, they're going to have a really tough time actually getting around. They've kind of done it on ecos, and Striker does come in for an entry right away. There's a lot of damage done. Whoa. But trades immediately.
Straight out by JMQA and Waylander and Waterfalls, all of them popping up on the board almost at the same time. find those 5 kills. And just like that, Pitter's at match point here. Orbit is in a position where they can get rifles. We'll see a deagle and full nades for Steen. AKs and no grenades, no head armor either, and that's a tough look when you're a T side with no head armor.
And we finally saw them actually get in the site, got 2 entries right away, but in return, even though they had 5 players left, took what looked like 280 to 300 damage across 3 players. Already Waterfall gets a kill, but Waylander goes down in return, which is really nice for Orbit, but still haven't really solved their problem yet. I mean, that last round I think was definitely how they needed to take a site. It's just that they ended up taking so much nade damage, so much trade damage, and once they got into the site, were just sprayed down by the remaining rotators. It's hard to say how they could have done that any better.
JMQA will fall back off of long A. You've got 3 over towards B, and that's where the bomb is right now. It's still down, though, so you know that Orbit is not quite committing to anything over here. Manu is going to drop, be taken out immediately by Face Crack. Now, Crucial's there, but 2 CTs move into drop room, so the trade is found in Pitter's favor, and that'll put him in a 3-on-2 situation. The Pest over there at long is brought down by JMQA. Striker once again, that last guy up, trying to do what he can. Striker, 17 kills, so tied in second there with Mike. Has been the last guy alive quite a bit, but never in an amazing situation.
That's a rough game, I think, for Orbit, who had a lead up until right after the pistol. Couldn't win a single round in terms of rifle rounds on T side, which you can't do that on T side, especially after splitting 8-7, coming in with a pistol.
But say, well, maybe you can if your half was 14-1 or 15-0, but yeah, not in an 8-7 game at all. I mean, it was really only Pitter that took, what, 3 or 4 rifle rounds? So it's not like you needed a crazy amount to try to get it done or maybe push it into OT.
Yeah, I mean, they were up 11-7 after the half, so.
Yeah, either way, that's going to be game number 1. Again, that was CEVO Main Europe, Pitter versus Orbit. Up next, we do have Titan versus Property, where I would, again, fully expect to see Cobble. If it's available, I think Titan are going to pick it. If it gets banned, though, like, I won't be super surprised that Property have been realizing Titan
would ban
favor that
yeah.
map quite a bit, so maybe it just gets banned right there from the start. But we've got that coming up at, I believe, well, it's usually 4 o'clock. So it might be pretty soon. We'll take yeah, maybe just 4:15. So about 10 minutes from now, the CEVO MLG Season 7 Pro League Europe is going to kick off with our first and only 2-game series of the day, Titan vs. Property. You're watching here on mlg.tv/playcevo. I'm Helium, that's Launders. You can see our Twitters below, at Heliumbrella for me, at CSBoxer for him. He's got more followers than me, so you should probably, you know, if you follow him, maybe unfollow and then move over to me and hit follow, or follow us both. Doesn't really matter. Also, hit up CEVO and MLG on Twitter. Let them know you appreciate the league. And we'll be back, guys, in just a little bit, so do stick around.